Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It's me, Spencer here, and today I am doing a technique breakdown of my most recent MOC, which was the Finalizer Hangar from The Force Awakens. If you haven't seen the video yet, make sure to go check that out. But yeah, I'm basically just going to be kind of deconstructing and showing you the inner workings of a lot of the different assemblies and techniques I used in this MOC. So yeah, without further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to kind of start taking everything off and show you everything kind of along the way, because that's how this MOC sort of goes together. That's the best way to do it. Easiest way, or best place to start, we'll just take off the TIE fighters. Pretty self-explanatory, nothing cool in there. The next thing, you can start to take off these housings. These are pretty simple. They just kind of have brackets on the inside, or like half plates, so that the outer plates are like at the same place as the ones that are on the top on the sides, if that makes any sense. Well, those are pretty easy. Take those off. Next, I think we can take off this whole top hook assembly. This I actually had to put on after the fact. I was planning on having two TIE fighters, but I wasn't planning on having, or it just didn't work out right, the height and stuff. So I had to build this whole separate thing after the fact to actually get the second hook up there and have it be able, or have it strong enough to hold an entire TIE fighter. So this is basically just designed for structure. There's some plates or bricks with studs on the sides to keep the Technic bricks together, and then some beams going across to keep them from breaking too much, and then bricks on the sides just to make it look cleaner, where everything kind of comes together up here. Yep, it's pretty simple, it just looks kind of complicated. The hooks are also really easy. They're just more beams that are connected with Technic parts. This next part, we're going to take out this entire section right here. These are like the tracks that are supposed to be there, even though they aren't really tracks. This is a whole big thing made out of a lot of 1x2x5s and 1x6x5s, and just some bricks and slopes at the top and bottom. By the way, everything is symmetrical on here, so the other side is the exact same thing, except for maybe like a couple filler pieces. But yeah, the looks are the exact same thing in the assemblies. Yep. So this is just one big piece, and then the whole, or a lot of the reasons that this MOC was designed in ways that it was because I wanted the walling, or like just the depth part, to look clean. Because this obviously has a lot of depth, like maybe 3 bricks or so in some areas, and then like 6 right here. So I had to come up with something to make it look clean, and that's what I did with these two things right here. This is basically just fitted to go up against this part, and then kind of sit in there, I guess. It also gives a little bit more structure because it's really sitting in there. There's a similar thing down at the bottom, which just slopes at the very end of it, so that it can go right up against the ground. Yep, pretty easy. Then it's just going up against some slopes to stop it from going too far, actually in both ways. The next part are these panels back here. This MOC just has like a lot of panels, I suppose, to keep the wall, because it's a lot of slanted walls, and to make the walls look the way I wanted them to. This panel is just kind of fit in here. Oh, that's coming off. Let's get it off the bricks. There we go. So we can kind of try and slide this out. Can I do it? There we go. So this is on some hinges to get that angle at the bottom, and then it's just constructed of plates. There's a little cutout right there where the hooks go. That's pretty self-explanatory and easy. Yep. So that's both of those. I'm not going to take out the other one actually. Now we can get a look in here. This is another similar thing to get the walls looking clean along the panels. We'll see if I can get this out. This just has like lots of slopes on it and stuff to keep it looking, again, clean at the bottom and then against the edges. And then where it's attached is just at this hinge part right here kind of in the middle of it. This is pretty simple, but I think it looked really good. And then it also gave a really clean look next to the stairs. And then this is also the part that the housings kind of sit on to make them, I don't know, hold on, I guess. For people who care, this is what the inside of the MOC looked like. There's some Duplo in there, and then just random colored bricks that I wasn't going to be using on this MOC. It's pretty much the same all the way through. Actually, this wall in the back, this huge wall, turned out to be a little bit more important than it might look. It did a little bit more than just make it look clean. It also has a lot of structure, extra support. As you can see, these beams right here go into the wall and then sit on these Duplo bricks, which provides a lot of sturdiness. It's pretty solid, except for the parts where Duplo doesn't like stack up the exact same amount of height. I mean, it should, but it doesn't. So, you know, there's a little bit of structural instability there because I'm using Duplo and real Lego, and it just doesn't work out right because molding, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. I guess that's the filler. I'm sure that a lot of people watching my channel know what snot is. Studs not on top. These are just bricks on their sides right here, and the same technique is used right here to get this glossy floor look. Yep, that's that. These little parts right here actually just sit in here. They aren't attached at all. There's some like cheese slopes in there, and just like openings so that it fits in there right. And then in the actual assembly of the thing, it's just made of bricks with studs on the sides and brackets and some more slopes, and then of course the plates that you see, tiles on the sides, etc. And I think it fits in there pretty well and provides the look I'm going for, except for the side, but I don't think you could do much more to make that look right, except maybe stick a cheese slope in there somewhere. Yep. These little things down at the bottom right here, I don't exactly know what they do, but they're in the movie. These are pretty simple. There's just some hinges in there with like this panel in the front, and then the rest is made out of slopes. There's some slopes with cutouts right there. Those are vital for this design to look the way I wanted it to, with this part that goes off the back to give that curved part. I think these look pretty solid, and they're built pretty well too, I think. Alright, now we can get on to these center support column things. These were probably one of my favorite parts of the MOC, and I think a lot of other people's too. So you can start by taking off these little things up here at the top that just make it look a little bit cleaner, so you don't see the gap as much. Those are pretty easy to take off. Now we can basically just lift this entire thing out. Actually, yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we can get a look at the entire assembly itself. Basically, the whole thing is a bunch of bricks with slopes at the end, and then the design at the top that you see. And then all of it is shifted so that this front panel that's hanging down is going vertical, straight up from the floor. Then the actual attachment that keeps it held in is on this front panel. Which you can see I just like inverted the studs with a bracket there. Pretty easy. The reason that I shifted the entire design was so that I could conserve a lot of slopes, because either way I was gonna, if I put the slopes in the if I did it the other way, I was gonna have to use a lot more slopes. This is basically just so I could use way less 1x2 slopes, and I think it made a much cooler design. That's my phone, don't mind that. Yeah, and then the next thing that we can take out are these panels that go in the middle. These are also really easy. They aren't even held in. They're just made out of plates, and then Technic bricks to keep, these Technic bricks are just here to keep them going straight, because the plates will bend a little bit, and the Technic bricks just keep them there. Cheese slopes at the bottom for them to sit in. Pretty easy. The final thing that we're going to go over is this ratio door entrance thing. This is pretty easy. This also isn't even held in. As you can see, it's just sitting on some slopes. These just make it look clean, of course. I can actually take this part out. You'll see that there's not trans blue pieces on the sides here. That's just so that this housing can sit there, actually. Yep, pretty easy. Again, just sits in there. The reason that there's these brackets on the side is so that I could get, there's like all this jagged, all these jagged bricks right here. I wanted that to look a little bit cleaner, so the brackets hang down, and then of course I could put the blue pieces on the sides too with said brackets. Alright, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you haven't seen the actual Finalizer Hangar MOC, make sure to go check that out. I don't know why you're watching it if you haven't seen it, of course. And make sure to check out my channel for all my other LEGO videos, and stay tuned for more by subscribing and leaving a like if you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Bye.